Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we take a look at the G.I.JOE Classified Cobra Night Creeper. So for all you carded collectors, in-box collectors, let's take a look at packaging. As you can see here, we have the Night Creeper here at the top. Looks good. Nice one to display, not black box. Very, very cool. G.I.JOE Classified logo there at the bottom. Awesome. Let's look at the back of the box. This is 121 in a series. You can see the highlights there that they have offered. We're taking a look at those here in this video. A bunch of crap at the bottom no one really cares about. This makes the carded experience just that unpleasant. And for side of packaging, 121 Cobra insignia, the stats, the QR code that leads us into the black hole. G.I.JOE logo there. Looks pretty cool. I do think the artwork on here is on point. This looks amazing. Very cool. Definitely captures the overall aesthetic of the character. Top of the box. Bottom of the box. UPC, just because you guys love UPCs, right? Now, I guess one of the main selling points of this figure is that amazing alternate head sculpt. That's what sold me on them. I am a huge Night Creeper fan, obviously, because they are cybernetic ninjas, and they're amazing from vintage until today. But what really sold this for me was not getting that blue and pink Night Creeper. They were very cool and gave us the same color. So all you gotta do is swap out the head, and you can have version 2, and it works. It just isn't crazy colors that we got there in the 90s. So wasn't a big fan of that, but this is definitely amazing. I guess one of also the main important thing in these figures are going to be the articulation, because why? Because they're ninjas, and we need to make sure that they can do ninja stuff. So let's take a look at the figure overall. This head sculpt looks amazing. Got the chrome dome, no pun intended, Destro. Wraps around, looks pretty good. The black harness, we got the silver here as a chest plate armor. We got that, like that purple and what is that, like a magenta, I guess, coloring. We got the gray, the two-tone grays and camo there. The camo pants came out perfect in my opinion. Very nice. We got the belt, has the silver and black. 2 knife sleeves. There's a hoops right there. That's a nice way to add, playability when you throw a hoop on there, because you can stick whatever you want in there. That really enhances playability. I did appreciate that effort. Looks very cool. On the back of the lower body, we have the black stripes around the shin guards here, and ninja shoes. So aesthetically, they fit the bill. They look amazing. Let's take a look at the articulation of the figure. Overall, the head sculpt are pretty nice. We have the left and right, side to side, back and forth, and then around. Just got to get past this overall head dressing here. These pauldrons, I guess, or pads here on the shoulders must be attached to the arm, because they rotate with them 360 way around, so that's pretty good. And at least can get a T-pose overall. There is a bicep swivel underneath there, 360. We do have double jointed elbows, which is great. We have the up on this hand, up and down, and then 360 way around. This one we have the same. For ninjas, I wish we at least had, one of each, the in and out, and then the up and down on the other one, just to give us some diversity in our displays and playability. So, chest articulation, you can move around a good bit. Back and forth, side to side. Rotation at the waist is very stiff. I'm not going to do that, but it's there. I think it's just binding up the way it's sculpted. I always forget this for some reason. They do have butterfly joints. Back and forth, so our range of motion is like this. The drop down hips always makes me remember about the overall butterfly joints, if I can remember what they're called. Yeah, so there, drop down hips. He can sit pretty good, almost 90. Now, most importantly, here we got to check out the ninja kicks. We can get a decent range of motion, I guess. I am holding his foot on the ground, and it's hard to get all this in frame. These figures are actually, you know, used to doing Wayne T scale figures, not Wayne this 112 stuff, so looks pretty good. Can split, obviously, we just seen that. Let's see if we get it back up in place here. And then this way, it's just on point too, so it's pretty good. You can kind of split kick or something like that. Rotation at the thigh, 360. We have the double jointed knees. The top joint seems to be stuck on mine. There we go. May have to heat that up a little bit. We'll work on it later. But overall, there's your range of motion. Pretty cool. The feet. Oh, so we didn't get down the feet, did we? We got the boot cut there, and now we get to the feet. The ankles do pivot down, up. Mine's kind of stuck. There's a joint there, I can see it. And then around the ankle, basically. So obviously that's a pretty cool looking flying kick, I guess. If we had some weapons or something. And then with the overall articulation, overall you can probably get a decent looking pose. Pretty cool. Yeah, awesome. Awesome ninja. I love the Night Creepers. Myself, I grabbed like 6 of them plus 1 for this guy, so I have a total of 7. I'm hoping for something from Hasbro. I don't know if I want to talk about it right now because I want to do a video before someone else does of what I want them to see. I made a video following this video of what I'm talking about, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can catch on that my Night Creeper update video coming next. Anyhow, very cool figure. Very nice. I'm going to get him cleaned up, and we're going to take a look at the overall accessories for the characters. But before we do that, we will take a look as a comparison for this head sculpt, so we don't have to look at the other head sculpt. Now you can choose to have, you know, 6. For me, I have 7, but you know, if you got a squad, you can use all these, all this, or one of each, and make your squad leader, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to make this guy. For me, as for now, at this time in this video, he's kind of like the, you know, Night Creeper squad leader in a sense, whatever you want to call him, for whatever Cobra ranking Night Creeper ranks are, but he's basically a placeholder for Night Creeper leader. Just because they kind of irritate me a little bit. I hate all these hands, so we get the hands out of the way. But in this case, this is interesting. You get a karate chop hand with the overall climbing claws attached, so he can, like, he's climbing something. And this one has this shuriken, or also known as ninja stars, in the and his hand is not removable. It's just sculpted and painted quite well. So you have options there. If you do have a lot of Night Creepers, you can have a pretty cool looking display. Obviously, we looked at the head for that guy. Swords. He comes with 2 different swords. He has this sword here. It's this very unique sculpted sword. The black handle, the blade silver. Very nice. Very cool sword. Should be able to hold those with no problem. This one, he does have the trigger finger on the this hand, obviously, because he has a crossbow, which we'll be looking at. But he can hold that quite nicely. Overall, you see how that works. Comes with it. His other sword is this very unique classic style sword. Very deadly looking. We would not want to get, you know, the swords are more for slashing versus, you know, stabbing, but still, if you're penetrated and pull that back out, you'd be pretty messed up. The handle and pommel is pretty decently sculpted. I like how that looks. It's very cool. So yeah, and it has a unique color to the blade. It's like a green metallic. So that's different. So it may have some kind of backstory in the Night Creeper lore. I don't think there is, but that'd be interesting if they did. See how all those look together. They're very, very cool. Other weapons that he comes with is these twin daggers. Now I don't know why they skipped out on the paint these silver. These are really cool. The curved blades, and then they have the hoops in them. Very nice. And then we'll use this Night Creeper for fun, just to see if we can get him to hold those and Because sometimes, you know, the smaller accessories are the ones that I'm going to put one direction and one in a different direction, just so you can see how they look. So don't go crazy with, oh, you got that backwards. It's on purpose. You can see there how they will look, however you want to handle. I know there's sharp ends on that side, but just gives you an idea on the overall appearance of the knives. And then you have the hoop here on the bottom, which is very cool. Now, what's really awesome about these, they have a great placement and nice sleeves that they created here on the back of the figure. It's actually curved. Then we have these hoops here. I don't know what they're for, but I like them there. It gives me some diversity. They're here. He can reach around and go all knives out in a quick response to any kind of threat from the G.I. Joes. Very, very nice. I like that. And this actually looks very cool from the front too. It has that, you can tell that there's blades there, but they're not like in the way or anything. So, you know, I'm very happy on placement of those. Usually they're in the way most of the time. Now getting into his bigger weapons, we have his compound bow here, crossbow, whatever you want to call it. He has an additional grip here. This is nicely sculpted. It's more of a modern look in my opinion. Then we have the 4 here that's non-removable, just sculpted on. Pretty cool. We have the, you know, the 10 string there, or cable. And then if you notice here in the center, there's these little grooves here. It comes with a very, very flexible arrow. It mine's bent, but you know, it's Hasbro. And you can put that, it just holds in that groove right there. So you can put that wherever you like, and distance too. If you want it far out, you can do that. You can pull it back, far as the arrow will fit up against this back piece here. If you want to do that, depending on what kind of look you're going for, it could be, you know, just pull the trigger, ready to launch type thing. Whatever, you know, overall aesthetic you're going for. So again, we'll use this Night Creeper, and we utilize that trigger finger. And see how well he can hold it. He can hold it very good, very nice right there. Overall, very, very cool up against the body. And then obviously, if we can get that dual wield here very easily. So this is done very, very well. This is potentially one of the best figure weapons for 2024 in my opinion, and it works. Like they tested it and made sure that, oh look, our crossbow works with our figures. Wow. But that's pretty nice. Look at that. Of course, you can clean it up, you can fine tune it, but get it to go loose, perfectly straight, whatever you want to do. But for our review purposes, I think that really sells the idea, right? Then the last accessory you get is a very unique backpack. So we have more extra bolts here, or arrows, whatever you want to call them. Very cool. We have from rope, no paint. Now this would be nice if it was painted. At least the rope. Climbing rope there would have been very cool. Here's the back of it. Now this is definitely utilized for a lot of accessories. You can see that you can put the compound bow here, a compound bow. You can put the crossbow here, and you can put these swords also on the back. So it literally makes it to where you can actually carry all of your accessories. So I'm going to strip him of his weapons. And what we're going to do here is I want to show you something real quick before we get into putting that on. So I'm going to steal this crossbow back, because the crossbow is important on it, part for the overall backpack here. So I'm going to slide this down a little bit. What's really cool is you see these two little triangle pieces right there, here and here. If you flip over on the top, you'll see those same cutouts right there and right there. And since there's a gap between here, you can leave your arrow in. And all you gotta do is line up these two with these two, and then you can press, and there you go. You have your crossbow mounted on your backpack, and it stays on quite well. Because you see, I dropped it. Enough space for the extra arrow. That's really cool. And not only that, you can pick and choose where you like your swords, even the height of your sword for overall appearance of your Night Creeper. You can put it one way or the other, one side or the other, it doesn't matter. And then it just pretty much slide on these little side pegs here, as you can see there. Pretty cool. So that's entirely field utilize backpack. Let's see if we can push that on, and there we go. That looks incredible. Very cool. Look at that. That looks like a lot of gear. That has a, now see the paint goes a long way. You can see the knives. A little paint on those that climbing rope would have made that pop even more. And maybe they'll paint up on that little wrap on top there. But that'd have been cool. But that's how he looks on the back. If I can keep the stand. There we go. And then from the front here, overall you can see the swords. Pretty nice. Alright, so there they are. Highly recommend these. They are widely available as of the release of this video. Today is the September 1st, 2024 shooting of this video. So you can grab as many as you want. They're everywhere. So don't worry about that. If you want a ton, if you can do that, I recommend it. Looks beautiful. This is my little squad I got of 7. Waiting for the leader someday. Hopefully do the right one. And we will be extremely happy. Hope you guys liked this review. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you in our next review.